Have you ever wondered how Pokemon vendors keep showing up to every card show with massive inventories? Thousands of dollars in sealed products and enough cash to buy collections all day long? Well, this video is for you. I recently spent time talking to vendors, card shop owners, and people who have been in the Pokemon business for years. And honestly, I noticed they all follow a very similar strategy. It's not gambling on the newest hype card. It's not trying to predict the next move. It's a business model built around distribution, cash flow, and a long-term inventory. Today, I'm going to break down exactly what I learned, going to different card shows, asking vendors what they do to make their business work. So let's get into it. The biggest advantage successful vendors have isn't knowledge, it's access. Most collectors are buying products at retail prices from Pokemon Center, Target, GameStop, or local card shops. Vendors are trying to buy as close as wholesale as possible. The difference between buying an ETB box at 100 and buying it at 160, it might not sound huge, but over hundreds of thousands of boxes, it's everything. The vendors I talked with emphasize one thing: the real money starts when you consistently buy inventory below market value, whether that's through distribution, collection purchases, trade-ins, or large deals. Getting inventory cheaply creates opportunity. This was probably the biggest thing that surprised me. Most vendors don't immediately dump all their inventory at once. Instead, they split it into two categories. Category 1 is inventory. Category 2 is investment. Let's say a vendor gets 100 ETBs of a new set. They might sell 70 or 80 of those boxes over the next few months at market. But the remaining 20 or 30 boxes, they put that into storage. They seal it up and they stay there for years. Many vendors told me they treat sealed Pokemon products almost like a retirement account or stocks, nevertheless. They understand that Pokemon consistently prints new products, but eventually every set goes out of print. When supply dries up and demand remains, prices rise. So while they're actively selling inventory for cash flow, they're also quietly building a long-term position. A lot of collectors make this mistake of trying to hold everything. Successful vendors do the opposite. They prioritize cash flow. The products they're selling at card shows and in stores aren't always generating massive profits. Sometimes they're only making a small percent. But the goal isn't hitting a home run on every sale. The goal is to keep moving money, because cash flow allows them to buy more inventory. More inventory creates more opportunities, and more opportunities lead to bigger profits. The vendors making the most money aren't necessarily the ones with the rarest collections. They're the ones constantly recycling capital. One strategy that I heard repeatedly was surprisingly simple: buy sealed, sell sealed, use profits to buy more sealed, and repeat. That's it. It's not exciting, it's not flashy, but it works. Every cycle creates a little more capital. That extra capital gets rolled into larger purchases. Larger purchases lead to better margins, and then the better margins lead to faster growth. Over time, the snowball becomes massive. Many of the biggest vendors started with a few boxes, not warehouses full of products. The difference is they consistently reinvested profits instead of cashing out. But when it comes to singles, vendors become much more selective. Most aren't paying full market price. Instead, they're buying collections, trade-in, or individual cards at a percentage of market value. Maybe 70%, maybe 80%, maybe less depending on liquidity. The reason is simple. They need room for profit. If a card sells for $100 and they buy it for $95, there isn't enough margin after fees, risk, and market changes. But if they buy the same card for $70, selling it, there's a real opportunity. This is where experience matters. Knowing what cards move, knowing what liquidates, knowing what sells easy, and knowing that what inventory can sit for months without buyers. The best vendors aren't buying everything. They're buying the right things. And so this is probably like the biggest takeaway that I got is most successful vendors don't think like collectors. They think like business owners. Every purchase has a purpose. Every sale creates liquidity. Every box held is a part of a long-term plan. Every collection purchase is evaluated based on profit potential. The mindset is completely different. Collectors often ask, what card should I buy? Vendors ask, how do I turn this inventory into more inventory? The shift in thinking is powerful. So in conclusion, after talking to multiple vendors and getting their hindsight and what they believe works, when it comes to business, I realized their strategy isn't complicated. Buy inventory below market value. Either that's getting distribution or doing bulk deals with people on Facebook Marketplace or at card shows, or having people come to you at card shows selling their products, being able to buy that at a percent. Then creating consistent cash flow. Hold a percentage of the sealed product as well long term. If you can hold a small, like a percent of the sealed product that you get from distribution, hold it for a couple of years and sell it, that is good profit margin and helps you with the margins to continue doing your business. And eventually, once you get to the 3-year mark and you have distribution or you're buying it below market value, after that 3-year mark, you have a constant flow of sealed products you can keep flipping with better margin. And then you can reinvest those profits into the business to buy either more sealed, and then you can keep flipping and grow and grow and grow. It's like a snowball effect, or you can invest in like single cards as well. And you just repeat the cycle for years on and on and on and on. It's not flashy, it's not exciting, but what I learned from other people and talking to a bunch of different vendors is that is what the most successful people in the hobby are doing right now when it comes to vendors and growing a business. And honestly, it's a model that collectors and investors can learn a lot from. As a collector standpoint, I personally, as a collector of a hobby, I opened over $1,000 worth of sealed products last night. It was a lot of fun. We're gonna get that video up and going. I love opening packs. And as a collector, you're kind of just like, come on, open the sealed products. You're probably looking behind me right now think I am the biggest scalper, but I promise that I'm not a scalper. The thing is if you want to run a successful business, it comes with margins. And if we're looking at it at a business standpoint, you need those margins to continue building a card business and sell as a card business. The number one thing talking to people is getting distribution. People that already have distribution are in an amazing spot because they can buy an ETB for like $40 and sell it for $180. That is incredible margins. Or even hold on to it for a long time. Those type of margins help build a business. And that is the biggest takeaway is every couple years, every time there's a new set, if you can get it at below market and hold on to it for a long time, sell a percent of it and keep a percent of it and keep flipping and reinvesting, that snowball effect will eventually grow. I appreciate you guys so much. Hopefully you found this video helpful and learned something in here. Please don't get upset with me in the comments down below. This is like point of view of what vendors are doing when it comes to building a business. I'm just sharing what I learned while talking to those people of how they are building a successful business and probably what we'll follow through as well. And I thought sharing that would be very insightful and help you guys better understand like how the market works and how vendors actually continue to build a successful business, how card shops work as well. And I can go more in detail on that as well. But yeah, other than that, I hope you guys have a great day. And I appreciate every single one of you watching, liking, and subscribing to the channel. It helps continue with our business and keep collecting. Love y'all. Peace. Wait, don't go anywhere, but I gotta let you guys know about our website and our eBay. Website and eBay helps us keep continuing this business running as smoothly as possible. Our website has Pokemon, sports, mystery packs, all that you would need when it comes to collecting, as well as our eBay with thousands of cards on there. So if you guys don't mind checking it out, at least down below in the description, that would mean the world to me. I appreciate you guys so much and keep collecting. Love y'all. Peace.